So getting back to our podcast, thank you guys once again, second time.
Second time lucky.
The first time did not count.
I don't know. Did we do it first time? You don't remember for sure. So I just go with the Stephanie first. Can you introduce yourself? Because we just want now. I want to start this I want to start with okay, this is my name, this is what I do, and this is kind of introduction.
Okay, I'm Stephanie, and I work in marketing, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that was brief.
What else do you want me to tell you? I used to work a lot in the F&B industry for marketing and PR, but now I've left it, which has been
6 months.
No, it's only been 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
But you also did your redress stuff in between.
Oh yeah, but it's been on and off for 10 years.
On and off for 10 years.
Yeah.
Sustainability is her thing now.
I'm trying.
No, she's always in the vegan and
But now it's professional.
I'm not vegan. I was never vegan, but sometimes. Sometimes I can be.
I've seen her eat fried chicken, by the way.
Oh, I was very drunk.
That's not a vegetarian, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, maybe they're making some sort of chicken. Anyways. So, and Dusty.
Yes, Dusty, sometimes Douglas when I'm being formal and professional. I'm a journalist or an editor at the South China Morning Post. I've been doing that for 3 years now. And before that, I was editor at Time Out Hong Kong. And before that, I was an editor in Shanghai as well with Time Out.
Yeah, you stayed in Shanghai. That's why we
got to that point, I think, and then before it went off the rails.
I mean, thank you guys for coming over here. We just, the podcast is all about having fun, not sleeping.
Hey. We're erasing.
She was very tired.
I was so tired. I was working really hard.
Anyways, we don't have any record of that, so.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So how long you been in Hong Kong? Because as I ask, you feel like I repeat.
You're repeating yourself. I remember this.
Yeah. That time you remember.
I do. It was
so
early.
How long you been in Hong Kong? Where did you study?
I've been in Hong Kong since, I think, I've been here for over 20 years. I moved here when I was very young from Canada. I went to high school here, so I've been here since, I guess, started when I was around 7 years old. And then I've lived here my whole life, high school. And then I went back to Canada for university at Simon Fraser, where I studied communications because I couldn't get into business school because I can't do math. And then I moved back here after college, and then that's how I got into PR.
But you want to go to business school? That was your thing, or that's your parents' thing? Asian parents.
I just thought it was the right thing to do, right? Because I'm Asian, I guess.
What is right thing to do as Asian? We have to be a business school?
No, oh my God, this is terrible. No, I think it's just because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Because I didn't want to go to university. I wanted to stay in Hong Kong with my boyfriend when I was in high school. But obviously I had to go to university. So I got sort of forced to go to college, and I didn't know what to study. So I first started studying fashion. And then I realized, what the hell am I going to do with fashion? That's ridiculous.
Really? There's no living with the fashion? Living wages,
I think I feel like it was just too specific. Do you know what I mean? If you do marketing, you can do marketing for everything. But if you do fashion marketing, you're kind of stuck in that industry if you study that too specifically. That's why I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I'll just apply to business school. So I tried to do a lot of calculus classes and algebra classes, and I just couldn't. I tried.
What is that?
Exactly.
But I think it's the same. I remember my dad, sent me to a private school in the UK, and I think in his ideal mind, I would have joined some big London city firm and worked in finance or in law or something. And he was probably extremely disappointed that I didn't do any of that.
But you finished your study and graduation.
Yeah. That was all fine. But I guess Steph, I also had no real solid idea what I wanted to do when I finished university.
Is it that kind of a thing normal, right? In that age,
I don't know. I remember being around a lot of people who were I don't know, even like 17, they were like, right, I'm going to do these A levels because I want to do this degree because I want to do this job.
Or it's like, I want to be a pilot. I know I want to like be a not a scientist, like a doctor. Like there were people who were very clear, quite young.
Are they like success in their dream and?
Yeah, I have some friends who went on to be successful pilots.
And are they happy?
Right now, not very, obviously. Obviously, but I think before they were very happy, yes.
So with their job. That means
yes.
That means because people always, I mean, since we're talking about career, people say, "Oh yeah, just do what you like to do. Don't follow your, don't follow your parents or follow your friends." So
no.
That's easier said than done.
That's also terrible advice. Like, oh, do what you love. It's like, okay, I want to go swimming in the ocean with dolphins. Okay, like I would love to do that.
So you're trying to say that do what you like, which makes sense. Or do what you like, which kind of help you to live, or I don't know.
I think it should be a guide for you. Like I want to, so if like say I want to work in sustainability, so I'll slowly take steps like how do I get into sustainability with like the skills that I have now, which is marketing. So I found a sustainable company that focuses on like zero waste and stuff, and then I do the marketing for them. So I found a way to be involved in what I'm interested in with the skills that I already have, as opposed to being in university and being like, I'm gonna study the environment or something. Because I think back then it wasn't really a thing. I think like 10 years ago, it probably wasn't really huge.
So what do you want to do? Do you have any plan? You didn't have, right? Like you're like,
I literally had no plan.
What did you study in college? Tell us.
History.
History, that's the thing.
No, the other thing.
Asian history.
Oh. You studied 2 histories?
Well, I did a master's and a BA, yeah. So I have 2 degrees, yes.
See, what was he going to do with that? Do you know what I mean?
The funny thing was...
No, he can use that in writing. Since he's writing now.
You could write history books.
No.
Hey, have you written a history book yet?
Oh, God, no.
Asian history books.
But it's true, though. Like, in a funny way, like history turned out to be actually a very good degree for journalism.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I think the word they use and I think the sentence, I don't know, like it's very very what they call defined. Not like this something English that we speak.
Yes.
It's like it's all about transferable skills, right? So I mean, so history was pretty much the same. You have to do like research on a topic like you would for journalism. You have to write long form essays like you would for journalism. You have to like fact check like you do for journalism. So in a roundabout way, history was actually the next best thing I think to doing like a journalism degree, because the skills are essentially the same.
So it's almost I think if you study history, you technically kind of going through the but what if you really in historian, what is the profession for historian? Is a historian a profession? I don't know.
I feel like academia.
Yeah, I mean everyone joked when I was doing history. They were like, "Oh, what are you going to be? History teacher?"
Yeah.
Not even like a professor. It's like you're going to be like a high school history teacher.
I was just being nice.
I know. They were like, "Oh, you'd be a history teacher."
I don't think you can be a professor of
I
actually.
I don't see you as a history teacher, honestly.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Well, like there were people. I don't know about what you mean like high school, but there were people like at that time who were like, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't keep going with academia." Like I did my masters, and I thought because I did like say Asian history as my master's, so like Chinese, Japanese, Korean history. If I was actually like good at one of the languages like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, I may well have actually continued on and done a PhD and gone the academia route. But in history, you need to be able to sort of read primary sources that are in like a native language.
So you don't speak any native language in Asia?
Not nearly well enough. Even after like 7 years in Hong Kong,
everything's gone.
Yeah, the Cantonese is.
But as you mentioned, you live in China as well, in Shanghai.
Yeah.
So, Shanghai, right?
Shanghai, yeah.
Shanghai. How was Shanghai? Because that was your first Asian city, I guess.
Yeah, to live in, yeah. I actually really liked Shanghai, which I know isn't necessarily like fashionable among sort of people in Hong Kong saying you liked somewhere on the mainland. But I was there for 2 years and had a very good time. I thought it was very cool city, and a lot happening, and in certain ways, I think it's actually better than Hong Kong. Not every way, by any means, but
I've been to Shanghai. It's beautiful, man.
I've never been to Shanghai.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, a
There's no doubt.
lot of really nice like Art Deco buildings.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I first of all like cold weather. So which was
Yes, me
perfect.
too.
And also those buildings are old style, like this kind of cultural stuff. Although it's not all of them is like Chinese culture. Like the other fucking French people left there the building. I don't know when they were there, right? This kind of stuff, right?
They left their building
Yeah,
there. It's
yeah.
like,
Well, like that's why like the Bund, right, is
Yeah.
with all the old sort of European colonial bank buildings.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never been.
So which I was gonna ask you which others. So for yourself, out of Hong Kong, apart from Canada, which other city have you lived outside of?
No, I haven't. I've only lived in, oh my God, that's sad. Yeah, I've only lived in Canada and Hong Kong. I haven't really lived anywhere
But
else.
what, like Vancouver or?
Vancouver.
Vancouver. What's the weather?
Amazing. It's amazing. It's cold in the winter. Not that cold. I think the coldest I experienced in Vancouver was like negative maybe 5 or something. It doesn't, in the city, it doesn't get very cold. I could be completely wrong. People are going to correct me on this for sure. But in the summer, it's beautiful. It gets up to like 20s and it's
that's
dry.
nice.
It's dry summer, so it's not humid. So that's why the summer there is so nice. But it's not hot. Like you're never like, well, it's never anywhere close to Hong Kong summer at all.
The summer, right? Here, but this is actually right now is in May, so is the coldest May in century.
Yes.
That's what I read
Yeah.
news somewhere. I don't know.
Because it was what, 18 degrees?
Yeah, on May.
So cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you
Luckily-
cold?
Luckily, no one gets sick.
I know. So lucky, right?
COVID.
But I'm going back to London next week, right? And I asked my friends like, oh, what's the weather like in the UK right now? I need to like pack appropriately. And they were like, basically like, oh yeah, it's like Hong Kong winter in May. So
So
That's the
20
difference.
degrees?
no, I think it's like 18, 19 maybe. And then
We were 18 2 days ago.
But then the thing is, like, the big difference I always remember about going back to the UK is, A, it's a lot windier there. It's like, for some reason, it's like super windy, as I remember every time I go home. And it also, the temperature drops a lot at night. Like in Hong Kong and even
Right.
Shanghai, it drops a little, but it's not noticeable. Whereas back home, it really kind of
Fluctuates.
dips like off
Yeah.
dark.
It's like goes minus.
I mean, in winter it will. Like, I mean, the south it's not too bad. Maybe it'll get down to like 0, -1, -2. I guess it's obviously probably a bit colder up north in Scotland as well. But yeah, it's definitely a lot colder than it is here.
I can never say it's cold here, though. You literally could never say it's
No,
cold.
there was some cold days in last year, man. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, if you go up to
Super
like
cold.
Tai Mo Shan or something, then
Super
yeah, it's cold
yeah,
up there.
It was very
yeah.
cold. I mean, you lived in Vancouver. I'm sure it's colder there. You're from UK, so definitely for us, it's super cold.
So how cold does it get over there then?
Where?
In Nepal?
Is 20 degree?
That's the coldest it gets?
It's yeah. If you live in city, man, everyone think like we're not from mountain. I don't know, man.
I was going to say, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
You know, you can be like some Himalaya temperature.
Yeah, no, it's there are. I mean, there's the Himalaya, all the cold mountain, but not everyone lived there, man.
I
And-
stayed
and-
in the Himalayan mountains
Where?
in Darjeeling in
Whoa.
India.
That's India. That's
Yeah, but it was in the Himalayan
but
mountains.
it's not cold. That cold.
It was quite cold. I went during the summer, and I think it was cold because there was no hot water. But in the night,
You know, that's the thing. There's no hot
this
water
is
in the mountain.
terrible.
I feel like, did we talk about this last time?
No, we did not.
No. No, it was cold.
It's cold because there's no hot water. Yeah.
No, it was cold because of the temperature fluctuation. So daytime was like really hot
Yeah.
and rainy, but nighttime was like I had to wear like sweaters. I think it got down to like 10 degrees or something.
Yeah, I mean, if there are places for sure. If you go to Mount Everest, which is also Nepal, go to minus
But you're not at
150
mountain.
degree. Yeah, we're not for mountains, so there are places that are very cold.
Yeah.
But as you have to understand, it's a country. You know, there's a lot of land, so people are usually left out from the mountain, and they don't want to live in cold mountain where it's a harsh living. You have to climb. There still people live there.
Yes.
But people have moved down to like a flat city, so it's hot.
Yeah, but you just told us that you were a farmer. So I just assumed
We do
you
farming.
lived in
We
the...
do farming on the lowland as well.
I mean, there's not much farming on a mountainside.
Yeah.
You can farm on a mountain.
You, how do you know?
I don't know. I saw tea farms on the mountain.
In Darjeeling,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Darjeeling.
there's a hills, aren't they, rather than mountains?
It's a mountain. It's quite steep.
Why do you end up in Darjeeling?
Oh, I went for volunteer work in Darjeeling to teach English for a month. For a month in like 10 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
Very
Maybe I
admirable.
was in that school. I was 10 years old that time.
You were not in Darjeeling. 10 years ago, you were 10. Fuck off. I don't think so. Can you imagine if that was true? Oh yeah, Gagan, I remember you.
Yeah.
I marked your
in the
shitty
back.
test. You were an awful student.
So man, if you really want to go to Nepal, and this is really, especially Nepal, so you can go there. I experienced, I went to a meditation retreat, so I met a lot of people, foreigners, especially ladies. They come for 3 months, they get an arrival visa, or maybe they just come for, like meditation and traveling and trekking, and they end up living there, teaching for like free, and just going to village by village. Very young people.
Wait, so they live there for free and they teach for free?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they get paid, but the amount of money that you paid in America or Germany
Right.
those places
Yeah.
is nothing, right? So they're kind of volunteering, teaching in the villages and enjoying their life. Yeah.
What was it like for you then, teaching in Darjeeling?
Oh, I think I fucked up a lot of kids because I'm so bad at teaching. It's just I
So
volunteered
who
to.
pick you?
It's not like that. I went through an agency. Like when I was living in Canada, I went through a British agency, so I had to pay to go on this experience. So no one's like paying me. I had to pay to go. So I thought I was going to teach English, but that was a complete lie. I ended up teaching math and like science. I don't teach math.
It's very generous of you. To
No,
Yeah.
Experience.
but they have no calculator, so I had to teach like no, listen. I had to teach 15-year-old kids math without calculator. Do you know how to do it?
I don't know.
Exactly, it's long division. So I had to like get out my BlackBerry that I had back in the day and try to do some math on my BlackBerry to like do math.
So you couldn't teach them, you had to like check it on your BlackBerry.
Yeah, so every time I had to teach math, we would just
But what
play
made
games.
you to go and teach?
Well, because I just thought it was like quite boring to go back to Hong Kong every summer holiday and party. So I just thought I'd do something
This
a little
is
bit
what
different.
I like about you. I think you're a very strong woman.
I wanted to go to Darjeeling by myself, but my dad wouldn't let me.
So who do you go with?
I went with a guy friend.
So your dad is fine. Yeah, you can go with the.
I think he thought it was safer if I went with a guy in India, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean,
Like,
Have you been to India or Nepal?
no, I've never been actually.
You should try also this 1 month of teaching.
Yeah, I think I'm too old for that now.
No, it's not.
No, it's
honestly.
fun.
Yeah, it's
You
fun.
don't have to pay. I can arrange it.
I can do it for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was fun.
No, man, fuck that. I'll pay and go to teach. I don't think that's not my thing.
But I couldn't
I'm not that
find-
rich. I'll go, okay, wait. I'll pay you, I'll pay myself, and also I'll teach you.
But to be fair, I paid to go, but I boarded for free and I ate for free because I was staying with the family of the principal of the school. So I didn't pay for anything.
And they had no
So that was basically the fee for my living, my
Yeah.
eating for like a month.
So what do you think, Dusty? That was
I mean, very admirable. I'm not sure what like benefits the kids got from Steph's teaching, but
They loved me. They loved me. They absolutely loved me. They were crying when I left.
really.
Yeah.
that's where you get your.
Crying?
I mean, my one of my sisters, she loved India. She would, when like around 18, 19, she used to go to India for like 6 months, 9 months, disappear.
Yeah, and this India Nepal is kind of thing. So have you planned to go to visit any other countries in Asia?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, I got to admit, I'm not like a huge traveler. Like I'm not like, there are people the last 2-3 years in Hong Kong who have been like, oh my god, it's terrible, we can't travel, I'm going out of my mind.
No, that's
I'm
a fake
like-
news, by the way. And these people probably travel one time in 10 years, man.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm actually okay here. Like, I have friends, colleagues who are just like, oh, I would even pay money just to go to Shenzhen or Macau. It's that
Okay,
bad.
no. I wouldn't do that. That's
No,
stupid.
but the thing is, okay, some people like me, like I want to go back to Nepal. I want to visit my grandparents, right? That's something that this is something different. Like some people, oh, I haven't seen the airport. Oh, this is the airport. No, how many times you travel a year? Like, are you fucking like Elon Musk or someone? You go like what? You do fucking like a like seven trip a week? No.
Nah, I mean, I know, like, I've got a friend back in the UK who, she's the, I'm not a tourist, I'm a traveller kind of girl.
Fuck,
And
I want to punch her already.
Yeah, it does.
It says that.
You're gonna find out.
No.
It makes me roll my eyes, but like,
Who says that?
I don't pretentious assholes.
Yeah.
No, I actually do. I've seen so many people post on Instagram, especially recently, because everyone's been traveling like in the past few weeks, and like they'll post so many like stories about like the airport.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I haven't seen Hong Kong International Airport in like 6 years or something stupid, or 2 years, and they go and there's nothing there. I'm like, why are you excited? There's the only like F&B there is McDonald's. And they don't have the full McDonald's menu, so there are like 4 things on the menu.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
There's no number 3.
I don't know what number.
So long as she can get the hash brown, she's okay.
No, but seriously, apparently, like my sister's husband just went traveling, and it's a limited menu, and there was only
Oh,
McDonald's.
you don't know number 3?
What's number 3?
That's a holy crime, man.
What's number 3?
It's a chicken burger.
Oh.
Like, we all know number 3. This is the first
Sorry,
thing,
I don't know
this is
number
the first
3.
thing when we come from Nepal, like we just like little kids and like, what do you want to eat? Because we don't supposed to eat pork and beef. And number 3 is, number 3 is the best burger in the world. I don't eat beef, so yeah.
So you don't eat beef and pork?
Yeah.
So chicken?
Yeah.
So number 3?
Number 3.
Noted.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm actually surprised. I never realized there was a chicken burger on the menu.
Wait, what the fuck? What do you eat at McDonald's?
I think, okay, let's rewind. I mean, at breakfast.
You always eat Oh no, you eat chicken nuggets.
No, I don't. I mean, occasionally, but not normally.
You ate like 9 chicken nuggets the other day.
And my daughters do the same.
I think it's-
Like with a burger or something.
With the burger, okay.
I mean, when I go back to the UK, I'm looking forward to the chicken select. For
What is chicken
What is that?
select?
It's like these like fancy kind of chicken strips, which for some reason you can't get in Hong Kong, even though they're much
Chicken
better
select, man.
than
That
chicken
already
nuggets.
make me excited now. I fucking want. Can you bring that?
That's
Chicken select.
That can be number 4.
Yeah. No.
That is like-
It's fucking. This is a legit number for that burger. It's a number 3.
Okay, yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously I don't go to
Select
McDonald's enough.
even has its own like special like upgraded like sauces in the UK.
So the chicken select is called chicken select in McDonald's.
Well, you just go in and like, oh man, I'll get like the chicken select, and it's like 3 pieces or 5 pieces.
I thought that was like a U select or something.
That's called
Right?
Tesco in the
Oh,
UK.
that makes sense. That makes sense. I was like, why are you buying chicken from U Select?
Like,
Select
like
is-
deep
isn't it
fried
like
and breaded.
Like there's cooked food.
That would be quite handy, actually.
Wait, so U Select is Tesco?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's not McDonald's.
I know, but it is.
Chicken select.
So chicken select is McDonald's.
Yes, it's not you select.
Okay.
This is a different thing.
That's what I was like,
The
what are
menu.
you talking about? We were talking about McDonald's number 3, and now we're talking about U Select.
Not that. He said there is a. Now, if you've been to a lot of cities around the world, country, they have their own type of McDonald's. If you go to India, there is a chicken tikka burger. If you go to Japan, they have a what I tried in Tokyo, like very nice
Hokkaido something.
Yeah, they put some. That was fish.
We have the
I
Moss
tried.
Burger, right? But
What's
Moss
that?
burger is not McDonald's.
but it's like a McDonald's kind of the Japanese
Oh,
equivalent,
right,
isn't it?
right.
Is it?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, we're talking about menu items.
What menu item exactly? McDonald's, and it's so surprisingly, some of the country has a unique flavor.
Yeah,
very,
no.
very unique flavor.
Very true, because my sister, she used to go to India a lot for work.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God, the McDonald's in India is epic because they have so many vegetarian options.
Yeah, regional
Yeah,
option.
yeah.
And the drinks are free flow, so they give you a cup.
Oh, that's at the
I don't know,
States.
maybe I thought it's free flow, so they give you a plastic
Oh,
cup.
you thought
Yeah,
it was
this is a free flow, and you just get. So you say, okay, I want a Fanta, so they give you a cup. Not like plastic. That's a reusable cup, so you don't take it home.
Oh.
You have to leave that cup there.
Yeah.
So you take the cup, and there's a bunch of soft drink you can pick. Just drink and drink
Are
and
you
drink.
sure you're
Yeah.
allowed to do that?
Yeah.
But it's the same, yeah. Like everyone, all the foreigners in China always remark about how weird the KFC is there because it's all those like rice dishes and other stuff, and it's whereas in America or UK it's just like fried chicken. In KFC in China it's all about like rice and fried rice and chicken rice.
Man, but the chicken is best. It's the Jollibee. Have you tried Jollibee?
No, I've never tried Jollibee.
Sad.
It's so.
I hear
man,
it's amazing.
I tell you, KFC should buy that company and fucking own that, man.
Why?
Seriously, KFC chicken is so fucking shit.
Is it?
True.
They have to pay me to eat KFC.
No.
Now think about it.
I really hear Jollibee is really good.
Jollibee is so good.
Yeah.
As a white man.
You a white man approved?
Well, I mean, like I'm saying we don't even know much about like fried chicken, do we?
Trust him, he doesn't know.
But no,
She tries Jollibee is good, right?
yeah, it's very moist.
Oh God! Oh, I've never tried. I'm sad now that I've never
You
tried.
bite into like the KFC, it's kind of dry
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stringy, but Jollibee
It's a
is
juicy.
succulent.
What number do you like at Jollibee?
I don't eat every day, so I don't know about that.
You want to get like the chicken joy
Yeah, chicken joy with the rice with mushroom sauce.
or the mash.
That's like KFC.
No, it's
Okay,
different.
Whatever. It's okay. Probably KFC, but it's better than KFC. So it's just like it used to be a phone. It looked like Apple. It's called Palm. Do you guys know Palm phone?
Oh, it rings a bell.
Yeah, it's a Palm phone. So it was so fucking amazing. I bought that like online secondhand. No one's seen that in Hong Kong. No one. I was like 18. You can flip. And
Is
you
it the
can
one with the pen?
No, screen touch, bro.
No.
Screen touch.
How long ago was this?
I don't
Last
know.
year when you were 18, apparently.
I don't know. And then right after that, iPhone 2 or 3 came. And man, it's just so the whole thing is like KFC is amazing. They get great, but Jollibee is like iPhone.
You should try Jollibee one time.
I don't think I can get drunk enough anymore.
You could have the mushroom rice.
Oh, so what? Oh, sorry, I forgot. You're fucking vegetarian, no?
Yes. That's why I've never tried fucking Jollibee.
I thought you were just winding her up.
Yeah, me too. I was like, why would you be such a dick? I've not tried number 3.
Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah. You told me since I don't know how many years you've been vegetarian, right?
I don't know anymore. 6.
6.
Is that old?
Yeah.
Oh, you're quite a recent.
That's I can't remember honestly. It was
You were vegetarian vegetarian when I met you.
Yes.
Christ.
Yes. It's a long time. I think it was like 2015 or something.
I thought you were like a long time convert.
I used to love seafood and stuff.
But you eat seafood?
No.
That's a lie.
No, I don't.
But what kind of vegetarian are you?
She has
Like, I'm
oysters
confused.
sometimes. Come on.
Hey, those are vegan friendly.
What oysters?
Oysters.
Yeah, because they don't have a central nervous system.
What?
This is like a real
Is
thing.
it a real thing?
Yes, it's a real thing. I'm not making shit up, trust
We
me.
gotta check the fact check.
You should fact check this, yeah.
So oysters are vegetarian?
They're vegan friendly, yes. So yes, vegetarian friendly.
Do you know that?
I mean,
We've
I
talked
remember her
about this
telling me this
before.
before. I'm skeptical.
I've sent you articles
can
and
you do
stuff.
the fact check? Is it like really oyster is a vegetarian?
I haven't had oysters in a while. I used to love
they're
that.
not like literally vegetarian.
By definition, no oysters are not vegan. So they're not vegan. They're still living organism,
Oh, you've been
which
killing-
means they can't be considered a vegan food. Given the fact, it's not surprising that oyster draw mixed response from vegans like Steph, but it is ultimately down to an individual whether they feel comfortable eating them. So
Clearly, you do
Yeah.
feel comfortable killing
So
living organisms.
yeah, you can eat the
I think
Jollibee if you feel comfortable eating
No,
them.
I could not eat a Jollibee. I don't. Every time I walk past it, it just like the smell is so
It's good?
oil. It's just like grease.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's like the best flavor, isn't it?
What, chicken fat? Mmm.
So, what is your favorite food?
Oh God. I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this.
She's like, give me my book.
Just because, like, she's the vegetarian and I'm like the carnivore. I don't know, actually. I don't think I could nail it down to just one kind of.
Really?
I can nail it down to what
Yeah,
he doesn't eat.
Oh.
Fruit.
You don't eat fruit.
Any. He doesn't even touch fruit. Physically. Does not.
It's pretty gross, yeah.
But how?
But I mean, I don't eat fruits, but I just make a
Good man.
smoothie.
Okay,
I
no.
make a smoothie.
I mean, I guess I could kind of hold my nose and like drink it
I've seen
down
people
it.
who don't eat vegetable at all. Like I grown up not eating vegetable until I was 14. Then I started eating vegetable, but now I can eat. It's fine green, but I'm not really
Yeah.
fancying it. But I have friends who still don't eat vegetable at all. Like they can't even see one piece. Yeah.
But I think a lot of Asians, especially, they're very just meat and rice. That's sort of like their staple diet, maybe.
Pretty good. Sounds good to me. No, I think
What, you don't like your blueberry coulis on your cheesecake?
you just get your like char siu fan.
Yeah, there's usually no vegetable in that, right?
You get like
There is, man.
you get like two little.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they
it's
do that.
called a balanced diet, okay?
Yeah, fuck 2 pieces of
Yeah,
lettuce.
it's like one vegetable and like 8 pieces of char siu.
I am looking forward to going back to London though and eating good old fashioned British food next week.
They're British food. I thought fish and chips is British food.
It is. That is just one of the many pillars.
It is, no? I don't know.
It's just one of the many pillars of
Okay,
British food.
what are the most popular one?
Chicken tikka.
Oh my god.
Oh, chicken tikka is
Yeah,
that British
it's like the
food.
most British.
Chicken tikka masala, sorry. Is
Chicken tikka masala is also not
Yes,
British.
it's like
Isn't it
butter
Indian?
chicken.
Is it an Indian thing?
yeah.
Yes.
But it's like factually like the most popular dish in the UK.
I make butter chicken myself. It's pretty good.
I should have got him to make food instead of booze.
Yeah.
So we can eat Jollibee. Should have ordered lots of Jollibee.
No, you can make a vegetarian the masala as well with the paneer.
I love paneer.
Yeah.
Paneer's so good.
So you like Indian food?
Yeah. I mean, like I say, growing up in the UK, you have a big like sort of Indian, Pakistani community. So I think every like high street has like a Chinese takeaway, an Indian takeaway. So it's very common, yeah.
Yeah, I saw there's my restaurant as well. It's called Gagan Gurung in UK. My friend sent me a picture. Bro, when did you open a restaurant here?
Wait, what is it called?
Chulo means kitchen or like
Okay.
fire. I don't know.
Okay.
Chulo, yeah, so it's Gagan's kitchen. How's that work? And then someone sent me like literally last year. Oh, you have a tattoo house in Nepal, so it's called Gagan's Tattoo. It's very popular. And I search it. It's pretty popular. Yeah. I
Really?
should go and ask them some of my share.
Well, I mean, maybe you could go there and add to your collection
I'm good.
of tattoos.
So I see. So you're a very no tattoo person.
I'm not against the idea. It's just I think I'm too fussy. I can't imagine like getting a design and being
Lifetime.
yeah. Like, I feel like whatever I got, I'd be like 6 months later. I'd be like, oh, kind of bored of this now. Wish I could change it. So I think I don't think I would be happy with anything permanently.
Well, no, but now there are loads of semi-permanent tattoos.
But that's like a cop out to me. It's like
No, you should experiment.
No, but you should experiment.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can.
I don't know, but I feel like the point of a tattoo, or one of the points, is that you're willing to be like, okay, I'm going to have this like permanently here. That's
Well, you could just get one, and then like if you really hate it after 6 weeks, just laser it off.
well. I think the other thing is that like the music I've always been into, like since I was a kid, was like that kind of like punk scene.
Yeah.
And so you're talking dudes with like full sleeves and
Yeah.
stuff. So I also have that idea that like if I was really going to do this, I would have to go all in and be like a full sleeve kind of thing. Because like
Imagine you with
Oh my
the full
god, could
sleeve.
not.
I mean, I couldn't do like her, like one little thing here, one little thing
No,
there.
I wanted to have. I'm gonna have a full sleeve very soon, but I will not have it like this. I will have like one little everywhere, like little.
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
my idea, like little
This
bits
is a
everywhere.
young people's thing.
He is
Well, I'm an old man now.
He
No.
is. He's fucking old.
Whoa,
Really?
whoa,
I
whoa.
thought it was like 28.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, how can he
In
be
my
younger
head.
than me?
Because I look younger than you, hag. You know, look at these crow's feet there.
You are gonna get so much fucking shit for being a piece of shit.
I dread going home. Yeah, my mom hasn't seen me for 4 years. She's probably going to be like, "Oh, Dusty,
You look disgusting.
my little boy, you look so old." So maybe she won't. Maybe she'll be nice. But my mom.
No, his mom is like super hot.
What?
Like she looks very young and is like very pretty.
Okay. No, she's being very kind. But my mom is like for the last 10, 15 years has been like a cosmetic nurse. So she's done like Botox and fillers and stuff.
No, but it looks natural. That's the thing. Like she doesn't look.
So she has it herself. So I mean, she's 68 now.
60.
She's 68. She does not look 68.
Wait, maybe I'm being wrong. No. She's 68. Yeah.
Unless you're showing me
No,
a photo
six-
from like
No,
20
68.
years
Yeah,
ago.
she's born 54.
I can't do math.
Well, 60 to 20 is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's 68.
68.
So she's she's Botoxed up and everything. So
You open them.
I mean, so
Secrets out. The poor mom.
So no, my mum's very open about it. Like my mum's, like I say, it's been her line of work for a long time.
Yeah.
And she does it because, and she said it to me. You know, she'll do it or did it years before.
Nothing to hide about it.
Because she wants clients to be like, oh, Jane, you're 68, you look great,
Yeah.
and she can be like,
Okay, can I
this is the kind of
Yeah.
effect you can have. It's worth it. So yeah, my mum's like totally fine with it. I wish, of course, that she would grow old gracefully. But if that's what she wants to do,
of
who
course.
am I to say?
This is called a good son. How do you end up in Asia, by the way? Yeah. That's the question we asked last time on the show.
Yeah,
I think by the time you already...
I was dead.
You were incapacitated.
Incapacitate.
But I forgot, seriously. I totally forgot. Because we both of us, we were really on a good pace,
I know, totally. Yeah.
And suddenly I saw you, you're like,
I hit a wall.
What was I think it was when you were like, I don't know, give me a fucking drink.
That sounds like me. That sounds
no,
about
you use a very funny word. I don't even know. Like you, yeah. What is that? You use very fall word, like something swearing, but I don't know. You said something very uniquely. I don't know.
Creative profanity.
Apparently, I'm very unique in how I swear.
Yeah. You do.
Shut the front door.
Hey, everyone likes that one.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. But that's not
What is
original.
What is next? See you next Tuesday.
She'll explain.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never heard "See you next Tuesday"? See you next Tuesday.
Oh, that's pretty good.
No, but that's been around for a long time. I guess you're 12, so you wouldn't know.
I don't know. So yeah. So how do you came to Asia?
How do I guess like the classic white man route via a girl. But to be fair,
Such a cliche.
I know it is. Except
okay.
she was born in UK, so
Asian. I was gonna say Asian girl.
yeah, it's not like
We talked about it also.
Oh my god! Repeat.
Okay, she's
like
born in
deja
UK.
vu.
She's born in UK. That's my out. It's my out.
Oh, that's your out.
Even though ethnically she is Asian, yeah. But at least it wasn't like I went to like Thailand and I met a girl and I had to come back. But no, so. Her parents, she was born in like London. Her dad is Pakistani, mum is Chinese.
Oh.
And basically we've been going out on and off for like 9 years at that stage.
Oh my god! How old are you?
We started like when I was in uni.
Maybe early, yeah.
We started when I was in uni.
Oh.
And it was a very tempestuous up and down relationship. But anyway, she basically got like an internship in Shanghai. And it was like a 1-year thing. Then it basically turned into a sort of like a kind of 3-4 year contract. And so I was like, okay, good boyfriend. I should sort of, try and stick with this, go out there, be with her. Or either that or I have to like kind of end it, right? So I was like, no, I'll make a go of it and I'll try and move there. And, I'd studied Asian history and stuff. So I had an interest in the region. I thought it would be cool to sort of work abroad for a while. So I wasn't like against it. I think if I had been, I would have been like, okay, well, yeah, you're just staying in China then, bye. I'm
Some
staying in London.
people, I mean, most of people do that, but you're very gentleman.
So, yeah.
And love,
yeah, I was blinded. But I got lucky, honestly, because this was pretty... very early on, in fact, in sort of my whole like journalism career. Like I'd only sort of just begun, and it was just knowing the right people at the right time. My sister had a friend in Shanghai, and he knew the editor of, he was good friends with the editor of Time Out Shanghai magazine. And so when I went to visit my girlfriend one time, he was like, oh, you know, I can introduce you to this editor, and you guys can have a chat. So I was like, cool. So I met this guy. We had a good chat for an hour about the kind of work involved. And at the end of it, he basically said, well, you know, there's no position for you right now, but I can let you know if something comes up, which since he was English as well, I took it as like a polite rejection. Like it's like, so I was like, okay, I don't think anything's going to come of it. But as it turned out, just like 3 weeks later, he actually did get back in touch, and he said, oh, you know, these people are leaving the company in a couple of months. You know, if you want to do this job, here are the terms.
So you moved to Shanghai with your back then girlfriend, now it's ex probably.
Well, she was already there, but so I basically came and joined her after a year.
Without a job, without anything?
No, I just got the job. I just got the job.
Oh, okay.
So like I say, it was just good timing. Like I say, my sister knew someone who knew someone, and it was just good timing that at that time these people had just decided to leave, and so there was a vacancy, and the guy, you know, who I'm very grateful for, took a chance on me.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just luck.
Yeah, and then you moved to Shanghai. Then that's how your journey started in Hong Kong. In Asia. Yeah. And you just write. And how do you jump into South China Morning Post? What's the procedure? If I want to be a Nepalese born writer in SCMP, the first one probably. And the last one.
You could be breaking glass ceilings there. You could be.
Again, I'll say this: like, I think a lot of journalism is who you know. In fact, I think all my jobs have come one way or another from people I've known. Like when I moved from Shanghai to Hong Kong, it's because I got to know people at Time Out in Hong Kong, and a vacancy came up, and they said, "Oh, hey, you know, we think you'd be a good fit for this. Do you want to come?" So I said, "Yeah, sure." That happened, and even moving into SCMP. I don't know what I should say about my current employer. It was, well, I'd had a couple of interviews before, like, I got this job. But even, like, the first time was, again, someone got in touch with me and said, oh, this person recommended you, you know, do you want to come in and have an interview? And nothing eventually came of that because they did an internal hire. But when I did finally get the job, I think, again, I went through like 3 interviews and stuff, so it took a very long time. But I think it definitely counted that there were people I knew in that department who said, like, oh, yeah, I've worked with him before, you know, he can do a good job.
So that's how you... But in your expertise, in your writing, you don't write about crime, you don't write about... so it's for you more food and beverage.
Yeah, I mean, I've done, like I say, the role now is very... varied. Before, I guess, at Time Out, it was always like lifestyle, which encompassed some food and beverage, some sort of things to do. But I had in Shanghai, there was like a kind of sort of family section, so I touched on some education stuff, which is quite a big part of what I do now. But I'm also now, like, just this week, going to be doing like the Good Food or Good Eating, magazine. So I'm going to be doing more food and beverage in the near future.
And then very nice people, right? Last time you talked about what happened in the bar, and you forgot
which bar.
Like there's one bar and one restaurant that he got so pissed off, and you were the one who was.
Was that when we first met? Was that what we were talking about?
Yeah. That was in the bar.
And you were like, oh, he was so annoying. He was so fussy. And
it was a restaurant.
Yeah, but you were like,
oh, he was terrible. He was such a fucking bollock. He was late. Okay, and then
you have to go back even before she
okay. I've been in PR for a long time. I've been trying to get in touch with this guy for 2 years. Never replied any of my emails.
Didn't reply?
Never. 2 years. He didn't reply. And then
no. Let's stop. Let's stop.
Why people don't reply? I want to know.
No. Look, I was the editor, right? We had like a dedicated food editor. It wasn't my job to deal with the food, and I was too busy with everything else to deal with the food.
He was too busy.
So whenever she sent me an email, I was just like forward it to the food editor. It's like, oh, here, you look at this.
Except I never even met anyone from your team in general, so I don't think you actually forwarded anything.
I did. We were super busy. It was like, Time Out was a very insane work environment.
Very insane. But the point is, he ghosted me for 2 years. Finally shows up at a tasting late. Then he's like bitching and moaning about how he doesn't eat this and how he doesn't eat this.
The first time.
First time I've ever
First
met
time.
him. And I'm hosting this media tasting. And then he wanted dessert, okay? So I get him I was like, how do you feel about the cheesecake? And he's like, yeah, sure. It comes with a blueberry sauce. And he's like, ugh. Like basically disgusted because he doesn't eat fruit. So I was like, oh, I'll just scrape it off, right? The sauce. He's like, no, I can't. It touched it. I'm like, oh my God.
Too much information.
No, like he literally.
I was a bit fussy, but I do remember her being like, I think I was like quite blunt with her, and I do remember being very like kind of visibly like taken aback by my attitude and being like what the fuck?
Yeah, what a piece of shit. Seriously. And he was drinking.
I think she was like, she said something like, oh, well, if you don't like it, you can leave. And I was like, yeah. And I think I was like, yeah, I might.
Did I actually say that?
I remember there was some.
No, I mean you were like the behavior probably you were giving. So in your line of profession, since before you're doing for food and beverage, right?
Yes.
Not now. Now you do for sustainability.
Yeah, before it was like food and beverage, like lifestyle. I did like hospitality, consumer. So it was like a lot of lifestyle stuff. But most of it was food and beverage.
But your freelance project.
Which freelance project?
Peel Street.
Can we not do that right now? Anyways, yes, mostly food and beverage.
Mostly food and beverage. Because that's how I met you first time actually.
Zuma.
Yeah, that's the first time I met you.
Oh, her favorite.
Yeah.
I went there recently. Yeah. But yes, I love Zuma.
Zuma is great, man. I have spent all of my 20s there. So I worked there for 7-8 years.
Yeah, you were there for ages. Yeah.
It's a lot of time. So I love the company. I've traveled with them other places, which is very nice. But so you invite people. I just wanted to explain. You don't have to open up about the restaurant.
Yeah.
Just don't mention the name.
Of course not. Never. Just beep it out. Beep.
Since we're working in F&B as well.
Censoring. You have to censor.
That's how to invite people from F&B, right?
I know. Oh God, this is a terrible idea.
So when you invite foodie and like because you're a host, I saw that. And so when you ask them, hey, can you come and try food and drink? So they come and they will eat and drink, complimentary. Let's put it that way. So, but they're entitled to not try it and just go and just like.
I think it depends. We always encourage them.
Okay, so that means it's not legally they have to must.
No, but it's kind of like an unwritten rule that you will. Because it's really bad, actually. You know, it's kind of like I think it completely eliminates any sort of what's that word? You know what? The credibility of what's being written. Because if you say like, "Oh, here's some free food," which honestly, let's
not say free food. It's just tasting.
If it's a tasting, it's kind of almost like. To be honest, I will honestly say I haven't had any terrible tastings before. I haven't really, experienced working with F&B that is like really bad food. So thank God.
No, I have to tell you, there are some bad food.
I know there is some bad food. But
I eat everything. What I mean, like, I'm not very fussy about apart from the meat stuff, like pork and beef. I eat everything. I still think there's some places
that are really bad. Yeah. I haven't had bad food in a long time. But thankfully, a lot of... we won't get into that. But like the clients I used to work with, I enjoyed their brand usually. So I was proud to sort of like stop interrupting me. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I know I can't focus. Anyways, I was always kind of proud to have people taste the food because usually I thought it was pretty decent at least. Okay.
No, you're pretty positive person.
Yes, I'm very positive.
For you, everything is great,
isn't it? Yeah.
Right, really?
So anyways,
apart from guys, probably.
Okay, let's not do that either. Anyways, but yes, they are encouraged to write about it. Sometimes we've had some not too positive things written about us, but it is the game, right? Like, if you're not going to serve food that people enjoy, we should expect them to be honest about it, which I think is fair.
So that means it's for the people to understand. Like, so when you invite people, they have to must write. But there's some people they don't write.
No, a lot of people don't actually.
Yeah, but
then we don't invite them then.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So then we were like, who can we invite that will probably more likely write?
Because there's a chances maybe the what they want to write down is already full of, like maybe they have like, I don't know, like monthly, right? They're already gone, so we miss out that. Probably there's chances, right?
Oh no, that happens too, but we sort of time it so that we don't miss those deadlines.
And I have a question for specialist. So that's how it works. Why do we need to hire a PR company if I know the person? Is it like a?
Good question.
It is like a. So there's a rules. I don't know. I'm sure you guys know. You're well educated about that. So we can't technically, if I have something to, let's say I have some cases, like like legal cases, I'm not allowed to talk to barista directly. I have to talk to solicitor, and they have to go through this. It's like a process. Legal. That's a legal process, by the way.
Right.
But I think if maybe I'm wrong, probably, but that's what I heard. So this is the thing now. We have to hire PR companies, and they go to, because some people told me, oh, you know what? I asked them to come, but they never reply. Like as you said, they never reply. But some people, they just like when the PR company asked them, hey, we're doing this ABCD tasting. Do you guys want to come? They're like, yeah, we come. So what is this about? Can you open about it?
I guess it's one of the
breaking news.
Yeah.
I think it's just, I mean, Steph obviously knows more about this than I do, but I think it's one of those things where, or I guess it's almost like writing, where you, on the surface, you think, well, I could write a review. And I mean, you kind of could, but chances are it'd be a bit rubbish. And I think PR is one of those things where people think like, oh, I could just phone up my friends and get them to come, and it's easy.
So that means having a PR is kind of a...
Well, no, I think that's the thing. It's a lot more harder than people think. There's a lot more. You have to spend a lot more time, kind of, getting the right people, getting them, chasing them. There's a lot more back and forth.
Yeah.
Again, Steph can talk more about it, like between you and the restaurant, about what meals or dishes you're offering. What's special about it. What's like the selling point for the new menu.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot. You try to alleviate the workload, right, from your client and for the media side. So you're the middle person who does all the back and forth stuff. And it's also, I think everything is about your relationships, right? So if I've spent apparently 10 years trying to get him to reply my email.
10 years.
It was
Okay,
2
no, 2
years.
years, sorry. I was exaggerating.
10 years.
I know. But then it takes years, right?
now.
Yeah, I know.
I was studying in your class that time.
When I was teaching you math,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But yeah, no, it's basically like you make these connections with people, you network with them, and then that's the value in me, right? I know the people well enough that I can almost guarantee that they're going to come to you for a tasting when they have 50 other tasting invitations. And what are they going to choose? So it's basically
I
like...
forgot that's her job. She's definitely gonna protect that. Yeah, we need that. You must.
I
My job is useless. Don't need me.
I know, like a good PR, I think, is also able to give like sort of feedback on like, maybe I'm thinking of doing like. I know at bars especially, there's a lot of debate about, should you do a happy hour, should you not? If you're discounting your drinks.
They give advice. Which is,
Yeah.
I'm not against PR. I want to understand some newcomers who want to start a business. This is the whole the thing about podcasts. Also, we have fun. We also get some educational stuff for people. Like they wanted to start a business. How can they ask time out to write about? Like I don't know. I just came from. No one knows me, but I have talent. I wanted to open restaurant. A Nepalese restaurant. How do I ask time out?
But it might be like,
or like I'm just time out. It's nothing against time out. Time out, lifestyle, Asia or Tattler. How do I make them write about me?
well, again, that's another job of the PR, right? Is maybe you need to chase these people. Maybe they say, I'm going to write it, but then a week later they haven't written it. So you got to keep going, and you want to get a copy of. Maybe it's only in print, maybe it's not online. So then you want a copy of the print to show the client. There's a lot more, I think, like little bits that.
It's just like small things, yeah. And I think it's also like, sort of more general stuff. Like say you're a bar owner and you want to do this promotional thing for, I don't know, Mother's Day is coming up, Mother's Day. But then I know what's happening, right? I know what all the other restaurants and bars are doing for this promotion. I'm like, they're doing the exact same thing. Don't do that. So it's kind of like just awareness, right? You might be too busy to be understanding what's going on because you're so focused on your business and doing what you need to do, and you have ideas. But if someone is like an outsider for you and sort of can keep an eye out on the industry for you, just so you're not like boring and doing the same thing as everyone else, I think that's also quite invaluable as well. My job is real.
Yeah.
Have you not done this? Have you not?
I'm not speaking as my experience as a bar owner or bartender.
Yeah.
I'm a podcaster now. I'm just
Oh,
talking.
yeah. Where's your bar? Who's taking care of your bar? I was closed.
But yeah, guys, please hire PR. And Stephanie is free. It's freelance. You do if you guys want to do. It's free marketing. Free marketing.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Email
what's your email?
Oh my God.
FlyPH or something.
And I want to get back to a written paper, like magazine and stuff. What do you think about? Is it gonna go away from industry, or it's gonna stay? What do you think? Because I don't see a lot of printing. I see some of the companies still do. What do you take on it? Like,
I can't remember the last time I picked up a magazine. But I think I still read like.
don't mention the.
I know.
any
I'm
brand.
not.
Yeah,
I
don't
shut
mention.
myself up. But I think there are a lot of hard copy magazines that still exist because that's their thing. You know, they're high end. Okay. I can't now. I'm just naming things now. But do you know what I mean? Like that's their thing. Online is maybe more online focused is stuff like. Should I be naming? Like Lifestyle Asia is very online focused.
Yeah.
That's why they're very successful, right? Because they focus on one thing. But I think print is just like, I feel like it's quite gimmicky now. No one can bother to pick it up and carry it around with them all day and read it. But that's just me personally.
How about you? What do you think?
I think
And it's a waste of paper.
I think there will always be a position for print, but I think I think you have to accept that it's just not the way that most people consume their media these days.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe again it has like maybe a shelf life for maybe another 10, 20 years because there's older people in companies who are like maybe let's say their 50s who've grown up familiar with print and they put a premium on print even if they realize or don't realize that less people are going to see it. They've grown up thinking like print is a prestige product and online is sort of cheap, so they will keep putting out print.
Is what I think you're right. There are some people who like the old way they're still gonna do same things like books. People say get a Kindle, right? You can just read it over there. But some people wanted to feel that.
Yeah, I mean, there's
physical feelings of
That's
sensation.
still a
of the
mix
book.
for me. I like
Yeah.
having a physical one, but I also have a Kindle. So it's a mix for me. But I do prefer the physical
the book,
book.
right?
Yeah, definitely, for
Yeah,
sure.
but that takes a lot of spaces now. I just realized I have so many books.
That's why you book swap. You just keep swapping with your friends, so you never buy new stuff.
Don't you do, like,
And they
little,
never get back, by the way.
Well, but you've read it. Why do you need it back? You're just hoarding now.
you want to reread it?
Yeah.
Well, then get it back when you want to reread
Well,
it.
you forgot. This is the thing. I lost, and I have some people's books as well.
See, you're stealing too.
It's not stealing. It's just
Okay.
like sharing.
Yeah.
I mean,
book swap.
I think like magazines will always exist. If you go even in Hong Kong, you go somewhere like the Kubrick and Yau Ma Tei. There's like so many different magazines, and they're all like quite niche products. But I think that they'll always exist because there will be a market for like the hardcore like cyclists, let's say, who want like a dedicated cycling magazine, and they are like they're designed as very nice.
Magazine.
Well,
They are.
No,
some.
you're very-
You
that's
just
very
remind me
niche.
that actually they are.
I mean, I used to work in a graphic and art and graphic design store in London, and we had like a whole wall of very kind of like esoteric magazines on all sorts of things, from like obscure cycling topics to weird fashion magazines, some of which were like sort of 2 feet tall. They were like huge things, like very unwieldy to actually read, but someone designed it. It was there for years and people bought it.
But I still think a lot of publications like National Geographic will always exist in print. UK Vogue will always exist in print. There are specific publications that I think will never die.
I mean, whether or not they make money.
Yeah, but that's not the point for them, though. I think they don't make
It's
money
just
from
for
their
reputation.
print.
They just like they wanted to.
They make
have
their money
that.
from online.
They still do
right?
online, but they still
Yeah.
have the printed one.
Well,
Yeah.
this is the thing. Like, even I think at like SCMP, there's a lot of stuff which is, even if it doesn't make much money, like you want a product in the shop window, right?
Yeah.
The print product that people maybe they see on the coffee table. Oh, there's like SCMP,
Yeah.
the newspaper. Even if like maybe more people read it online these days than.
No, newspaper is pretty good. I actually like to see my personal thing. I like newspaper on paper.
Yeah,
That feels like
yeah.
this is a newspaper.
And you're like flipping
Yeah.
through it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, people also do. I think whether they do it consciously or not, I think people do attach like a value to something that is printed, because you feel like, okay, someone actually has spent money to like pay for the paper, pay for the ink, pay for like the delivery of this paper product. Like it feels like it means something rather than something someone has thrown on a website for zero cost. So there's definitely like, again, I think in some consumers' minds they're aware that it means a bit more if it's printed.
Have you ever think about writing a book?
On and off, yeah.
Not about history. Please don't.
I don't know. I'm saving that for my retirement.
Asian history.
In like 5 years, which retire in my old age.
Like, you know,
I think
like food and stuff. I think it's pretty. I've seen a lot of friends are doing, you know, like writing book. You know, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is I think and people like a person like you have that knowledge and you work in that industry. I think definitely.
I think
Steph, you can also do that in Chinese.
Oh my god, that would be the worst thing you'll ever read. It won't make any sense. Yeah, that's true. Neither can I. So fuck it. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think every sort of writer or journalist, let's say journalist, I think sort of does envisage writing a book, but it's a hard thing to do. It's one of those things I think people in their heads are like, oh, you just sit down and write, it's easy.
It's not.
But it's really not, yeah. And, you know, I applaud anyone who actually manages to write a book, even if I think it's rubbish. Even if I read the synopsis and I'm like, this sounds like crap. I still, as a writer myself, I'm like, it takes effort to sit down and whether bash out like, you know, a page a day, and so you end up with like a 400-page book on whatever. Like I admire that dedication because I don't really have it. Like,
you have to commit, right? You really have to commit to it.
I don't think well, so far I haven't. I've like, sure, I have like ideas and things. Like I think, oh, that might be cool, but to actually sit down and do it and have the dedication for like maybe a year, 18 months to just chip away at it is impressive.
Would you write a book?
Do I look like one? No.
You can speak, and then someone can like be your ghostwriter.
No, actually, you know why I'm into podcasting? So I didn't know that I like listening stuff, imagining stuff. Like I rather prefer listening rather than movie. So I was in a flight, and all of the movie was boring. So I suddenly got the lady in the train or lady.
Oh yeah,
is that it?
That's a movie, right?
Yeah, that's a movie.
The lady on the train or something.
Yeah,
do you remember?
I don't think it's quite called The Lady.
No, it literally is. It is. It's literally called
something is with the lady. I
like
forgot.
the girl on a train or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They even made a movie. That was before the movie. Man, I was like, what is this audio book? I didn't know that.
You're right.
Yes,
it's that
I
thing
know.
with
Emily Blunt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, you listened to an audiobook?
Yeah.
Oh wow, how was it?
It was so fucking cool. That's the first thing I ever listened in my life.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've
like,
never
whoa.
listened to an audiobook.
That's the thing. So I can imagine every single thing. Every single whatever they do. So that was listening. So one of my friends gave me some podcast about very, very harsh thing about, you know, terrorist attack. And I can't listen to that, man. I got so deep into that. I feel so sad. So I don't listen to sad stories.
Oh, that is not Steph's problem. She loves the most gruesome true crime.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
man. They
terrible.
talk about, you know, how they kidnap people and then how they turn into a human bomb and how it's real. That thing is real.
Yeah.
And I could not. I was like, man, this is too dangerous. I mean, because I'm literally going myself in there. I'm imagining myself. So I didn't want to imagine.
I'm the opposite of you. I listen to everything. I listen to podcasts all day, and it's all about the same shit. It's just true crime, murder, kidnapping.
Man, I get, you know.
She has nightmares and everything. She'll wake up the next morning.
I literally give myself nightmares, and then I complain about it the next day. I'm like, I got nightmares. And then like my friends are like, or my sister or him, he's like, it's because you were watching about murders till 2 a.m. And I was like, yeah, someone was killing me in my sleep.
Yeah.
But I love it.
I mean, so that's how I get into a podcast, and now I can listen 24 hours. Even I sleep, I listen. So I'm realizing that more often people have audiobook. You can buy a book, real book, but you can also have the audiobook, and you can just listen to that. It's so easy.
So did you like the girl on the train
Man,
book?
it's fucking good.
Was
I even
it?
watched the movie.
I heard the movie was crap.
No, the story.
Yeah, the story
Man,
is
it's the story. The way they put it, the ladies, the old house, the smell of this, they're saying that. I can literally feel that for 9-hour flight. Like
Why not read the book though then?
Yeah. because,
Yeah.
maybe I don't
Too much
know.
effort to read the book.
Too much. I just so okay. I tell you one thing. I have the same issue that I always complain about my daughter. I can't focus. That's why I can't sit in one place. For me to sit here and talk for 1 hour is also very
Struggles.
yeah, because I like to move and talk, like this is the thing. And when I read, I just read for like 5 minutes. I'm reading, I'm still reading. My mind is somewhere else. I'm just, like that.
So you're just like looking at the words,
Yeah,
but you're not
yeah.
I think
like.
that's though I think that's like when you haven't found like the right book though, because there are some books that I kind of slog through.
Me too.
And I have the same problem where like
I have to read the same
I'm kind of
page.
going through the lines.
Yeah.
My mind is thinking like about lunch or something. But I think when you find
We're
like
always thinking about lunch, though.
Like I recently read a book about a rare tea, is a tea lady. She's a British lady who actually we call tea lady. Actually, it's very popular. She read about her experience throughout the life with the tea. This is something I love it.
I was just gonna say that sounds.
Because she's mentioning first time she went to Japan. How they meet. She meet the people in Japanese tea grower, like those farmer in Nepal, in India, and all of the tea places. And I can feel that that's me, like with her, like.
But you're reading it.
Yeah,
Right?
you're
So
reading
yeah,
it,
that's
yeah.
what you mean. Like
Those
if you
are
find
the-
the right book.
Yeah.
But again, still I have to read 4 times. I still have to read 4 times.
But that's interesting. Well, as long as you're willing to read it 4 times and you still enjoy it, rather than reading the girl in the train or
Because
whatever.
I haven't read a book from per person that I know. We have a book from Holly. We have a Martin Hudak for coffee cocktails. So Holly's book not yet. I haven't received yet. Martin Hudak, who is also a bartender, who have a coffee cocktail book, which I read. But I want to read someone that I know and about like the stories, storylines, and like that's what I'm asking all people. Like if you read, please, if you write, ever let me know. I wanted to know. So I'm saying I met the person and I don't know. It's true.
Oh my god! Oh god!
I think one of my issues with like why I wouldn't write a book is like I think I'm just too cynical about even my own like life and be like no one would want to read this. Like,
Yeah,
it's so,
probably.
like,
I wouldn't.
No,
wanna
but
read
you
this
don't
shit.
see and you're in it.
No, but the thing is, this is the thing. You don't write for people to read it. There are people going to read it. We don't do the podcast also. Okay, we're going to have 100 people.
No, unless like your livelihood dependent on it,
But
like
no,
you
this
need
is-
money as a.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm just a writer,
Then-
I need to write something
But
that is
apart from that, then you don't have to.
But I guess I would
true.
Just write the book for your friends and family. Who knows, man?
But I would ask you this then. Yeah, do you ever think like, or when you started, did you think, oh no, people are definitely going to listen to this?
No.
But then why would you do it? You just think,
Just for fun?
No, because so the starting part was like always like to talk to people, right?
Debatable.
Although with not the way I talk to talk in the conversation at the bar is more open. We talk about all the shit. It's something we can't talk in front of cameras. But I find out we had a free time. And we have studio. The guys have studio. Suman and PhD, they own this place. And I was like, okay, let's start a podcast. Who's gonna listen? So what I think, okay, look, in Hong Kong, people knows us. People knows each other. So they don't need to know about me and what we do. But in Nepal, there are people that actually, so many people that they know me, but they don't know what is Hong Kong look like. They don't know what staff who work in the sustainable. Sustainable marketing. Sustainable marketing. Who doesn't know what is
So memorable.
Dusty? How did a British guy came to an Asian? So this is the thing. That's why my idea is to invite people who are actually not from the industry, so we can ask them the question how they came to this path and how they end up and what they do. So this the whole idea is like what they actually do. And of course, in bits and bad, and then we talk shit and like laugh and have fun.
Don't name names ever.
Yeah, man, that's thing. Imagine if I start inviting. I don't know. Maybe in the future I should, or I would. If I start inviting bartenders, and
The after hours session.
talk about I don't like that guy. And I'm friend with that guy. Gagan, the guy was in your podcast, man. He just mentioned about us. And what is wrong?
That would be terrible.
No, but I'm not Joe Rogan or someone to fight with everyone. Like
Please don't be Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I'm like a
God.
friendly guy.
Yes, you are.
Remember
much
I
more
told you
friendly.
I'm a Gurkha? What types of Gurkha? Don't mention that. So
Yeah, that,
yeah,
I'm not.
we are peaceful people.
We are very peaceful. We're very peaceful people. Oh, that's interesting that you got into that. And that's interesting. I haven't really known anyone who actually listens to audiobooks. I don't know anyone who does that.
They're quite
Oh, you
popular
do?
these days.
No, I don't know anyone who does it except for you.
And you don't also.
No, I just listen to podcasts and murders.
Audiobook is so good, man.
That's so weird.
I used to listen to them as a kid
Really?
when they were on cassette.
Oh, I did that when I was young on a cassette tape because I couldn't read.
Well, no, I could read, but I do remember like being on holiday sometimes and having like random cassettes of things.
Yeah,
and just-
cassette tapes.
You know, there's a guy called David Gagan. The guy who actually it's not Gagan, it's
Oh,
Gagan.
what is that?
Gagan.
that name's familiar.
I don't think so. Are you talking about yourself
David
again?
Gagan. So he have audiobook. He have a real book, and he started audiobook. Man, it's so cool and so like very painful. So I have to stop in the middle. And I asked my friend to listen. He's like, man, this is so because he talk about he's a real guy. He used to be 350 pound and he come down to I don't know 180, 160 pounds, six pack, Navy SEAL. So he did everything was impossible. So now he do things that you guys don't know. I'm sure you've seen him. His guy is.
I didn't know like the half-ton killer
No.
or my
So
600
this guy
pound
is
life.
like is talk about so all the impossible thing you do, all the thing you say. Okay, 100-mile run, he do 200-mile.
What?
He just die. Yeah, he's like no work until unless you pass out. No
Who
give
is
up.
this guy?
He's
I've
a
not heard of
motivational
this guy.
speaker. Man, his lifestyle was so fucked up.
I can't deal with those like kind of crazy like motivational speakers.
That's not his thing.
Yeah.
I'm just too like no. What,
No, for me, it's not motivation. It was like the story that he come from. I don't listen to his motivational speech because for me, I'm already too much motivated in my life.
You don't need more motivation. enough.
But his story was pretty harsh. You know how he grew up and stuff. Oh my God, this is. And I asked my friend. He listened like I don't know 2 hours, and he's like, man, this. We're too much, man. I gotta stop. It's too psychopath.
Oh, wait, but how long are these audiobooks?
10 hours.
Oh, shit.
6 hours. You're not gonna listen one day.
I know. I was just thinking, like, wait, how long does it take to listen to a full book?
There are some audiobook. Actually, I'm just so excited to listen, so I need to get in the bus. Like I gotta finish my work and go to bus, so I can just fucking listen.
Yeah.
It's like- yeah.
Wait, so, and can you, when you listen to audiobooks, okay, this is going to be a very stupid question, but I don't think it's stupid. Can you choose, like, who tells the story? Can you choose, like, an American man or, like,
right now, probably not.
That's like Siri.
Stephen Fry.
David. What's the guy?
David Attenborough.
David Attenborough. Well, last week, my daughter, first time, so David Attenborough was the new Netflix episode called The Planet, I think, Planet something.
Yeah.
So I so listen to her, why this guy always speaks so...
Amazingly?
No, it's so... I mean, like, it's like very... It's a simple thing. Why they make it so exaggerated? Like, it's like... No.
Are you
I give
making
example.
fun
Like,
of
no,
David
No, I'm not making fun. See, it's like, why is like often... Like, let's say, there's a tiger in water, and they're like, there is the beautiful... the majestic tiger.
Well, but do you want him to be like, this is a tiger in the water?
And he is, this thing, even C is like 10 years old. C feel like this guy is something. Although C thing is very exaggerated.
Yeah.
And now I recently listened to this guy, Obama also do the narrative.
Oh, I
also.
watched it. Yeah, amazing.
He's also good.
So good.
He's so good. Yeah.
I loved it. I watched like the whole like series with all of the parks in like 2 days.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He like you really want to watch it and you're really into it, but like his voice is so soothing, you're like falling asleep. So like I had to rewatch a few
fall asleep
episodes, right? Because you're like,
I fall
wow,
asleep.
yeah. It's like someone is telling you a story.
So you don't watch those stuff?
I don't listen to this stuff. No, not at all.
He's not into the whole nature
I read
documentary.
old-fashioned paper books.
He literally watches black and white silent movies from like 1908.
What is your favorite movie?
Probably that one I just mentioned.
Well, City Lights is a great silent black and white movie from like 1930 or whatever. FYI,
I can't.
I don't think I can narrow it down. I'm very bad at picking favorites in anything.
Yeah, you never mentioned what's your favorite food. You know.
Yeah, but I think to me it's like, it'd be like, oh, like what kind of food? Like, my favorite British dish, French dish, Italian dish, Chinese dish, Italian dish.
Okay, what is your best romantic movie? Now I know it. Like.
There you go. There you go.
Best romantic movie.
Do you even watch romantic movies?
Sometimes. I'm trying to think.
The local ones that you watch.
Some of the local ones aren't bad. Some of the local ones aren't bad. Like like the Leslie Cheung one. Like who's the man?
Local
Who's the
movie
woman?
is pretty good. Back in the days, local movie was so nice.
That's like a really cute.
Which one?
Who's the man? Who's the woman? Or is it he? No, he's the man. No, she's the man. He's
Okay,
the woman.
he's the man. Okay.
I get confused. It's like a complicated plot where like
I have no idea what just happened.
I forget the actress's name, but she's like a kind of tomboyish, and she pretends to be like a guy to get on this like singing kind of competition, and then it's about how like the music producer.
I know a lot of local movies, but I just don't remember I have to watch them.
I haven't really seen local movies.
That's quite a cute one. There's that like the melodrama with like Sean Lau, C'est la vie, mon chéri. That's a very kind of. It's one of the one where the girl has like cancer or something and dies by the end. But that's like a very like kind of cute romantic one. That's very popular.
Yeah, this is
very deep.
Korean drama.
That's why Korean dramas are really good sometimes. Not the TV dramas, but the there are some old.
What is your choice?
Yeah. What's your favorite?
No, there's one of my favorite Korean movies. It's a slightly older one from about 1999, I think, called Christmas in August, which is like it's a really.
I think I watched that, but that's the thing for me.
But you were 5. How did you watch it?
Bro, I can watch now. The fuck?
You miss it, it's gone.
Yo, you're not there.
I don't know if they recorded things in 1999.
2020, it was like, oh.
It was one live performance.
That's it. You miss it, it's gone. Yeah. Anyway.
So I think I watched that because for me, if it's not English and Nepalese or Bollywood, and I just you gotta watch. I'm not kidding. You gotta watch. First, you need to watch Netflix. 14 Pigs.
14 Pigs.
Yeah, 14 Pigs is the.
What is it about?
She looks very skeptical.
Is
it about murder?
A man? No. A living man climbing 8,000 meter.
Oh, flying solo.
No, man. It's
what the fuck is flying solo?
Wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, that's it. No, that's not right at all.
No, 14 Pigs is a guy actually who Nepalese guy. Who,
that's new. That's the new one.
Yeah, new one.
Is it good?
Man, this is unreal.
Okay, I need to watch it then.
This is so fucking crazy. The guy did it in 6 months. 14 Pigs.
How did he do that in 6 months?
That's the thing. Is everyone questioning how did they do it? And they
he must have grown up doing it, right?
No, that's so. I mean, I can tell you shortly. So he's a guy who's from Nepal, not from mountain again. So like same as almost same as the place that I'm from. Went to a British army and then become a special force in the only Nepalese guy ever to be a special force. I don't know what is special force in UK, but the only Nepalese guy. And decided to quit everything and wanted to climb mountains.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and now he's a very rich millionaire. Joe Rogan invited him in his podcast, so
lucky him. I do want to watch that because I saw.
No, it's a real. So what they did, like they climb everything, but they recorded by themselves everything, 4 of them, by themselves, by their drone. So they captured the film, and then they were like, okay, who should we give it to them? Who should we give it to? Who should we sell? They did everything. So, and they in the video, in the process, they saved people. A person died. It's all in the video. It's like a documentary.
I feel like I would just cry through the whole thing.
She cries very easily.
Yeah.
you watch anything like World War II with her, and she just starts crying immediately.
It's sad.
It's just like, oh, the poor soldiers.
But you didn't understand. Maybe you. In our family, bro, we never feel World War II. I know it's a long time ago, but some countries, they have the experience, even they're not that old, but I think because of they've been through the war. We never been through that World War II kind of thing, did?
Yeah,
You're pretty far removed.
I'm pretty.
I mean, my grandfather
See?
was in like World War.
Yeah, my grandfather was, but the thing is, they never bring it home.
Yeah.
So,
What do you mean? Like,
Nepal,
you never got like bombed or?
no, Nepal was never part of any world war, so we're not there, and like 50,000 people died in World War II. I don't know, the Nepalese, I don't know, yeah, like British Army. I don't know them personally, so I don't. There are some people probably suffer, but what I mean is like, some people they still feel there's still people live there who been to World War II and then they suffer and the issue. So we never have to. But I don't know why you cry watching World War II movie.
Oh, because I really like World War II. I'm very fascinated by World War II history.
What are you fascinated about?
I don't know. I'm just like
I've always wondered this too.
I don't know how. The first time I learned about it in high school, I was just like, this is so fucked up. And then one of my best friends.
Tell me in 2 sentences who started World War.
Oh my God, I can't.
So then what?
What did you learn?
What did you
I
learn?
didn't learn anything
Just
in high
like the
school.
Holocaust.
I didn't. Except for the
Band of
Holocaust. That's
Alright.
literally all I learned.
So,
Band of Brothers.
I think we need to close it up now. So before we wrap it up, the beautiful session today, what do you like to tell people? How they can become like you? Like you're so confident, you're so smart, you have American Canadian accent, like
What are these
boat.
qualities?
yeah. And then how they can become a writer or not, that's Dusty. So how can you become someone who wanted to be like you or someone who wanted to be you? Because we wanted to inspire people also. So
Okay, you can start by inspiring people. I don't know how to inspire people.
Oh wow.
he did that last time pretty good. We captured that. Maybe we can.
I was saying maybe we need to re-edit that.
No, he's in
Because
different
he was
clothes.
very. At that time, we had a couple of things. He was like, you have to do this. Like I was like, wow.
No, I mean, I can't remember what I said last time. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think, I don't know. Like, I think maybe I mentioned like I've always been surprised that I ended up being a writer. Like, because until I think the day I almost ended up with a job in journalism, I would never have thought that would happen. Because I remember like being at school, and one time we had this like essay kind of exam, yes. And the teacher was like, "Here's how not to write just like this essay." I basically read out mine. I was like, I think I was like, I must be like 8 years old or something. But I remember being like fairly traumatized, being like, "Oh man, like my writing is terrible. Like I should never like write anything." And I think I legit think it took me probably until university, like maybe over 10 years later, before I was like, oh, you know what? Actually, I think I write like kind of fairly decently, and kind of got a sort of pleasure out of going back over my essays and sort of changing words and the structure and being like, oh, this reads a lot better now, second draft around. So I think like, I don't know, I mean, I guess perseverance, I think if you really want to do something, don't be put off by sort of like maybe even teachers or just like negative experiences in your youth. I think you still can do it. I would say like, I guess I'm proof of that.
And you also mentioned last time that you have to write. So if you think something about this, you have to write and keep on writing and keep it on record. So you just practice and you can change the sentence.
Yeah.
He's speaking on behalf of you.
Well, no, because he remembers.
You're sparking some recollection. But no, it's true. Yeah, I wrote for kind of my own pleasure, benefit a lot when I was younger. Like just little food reviews, film reviews, book reviews for like a blog myself. I'd never published it. I never put hashtags on them or sent them to anyone. So God knows if more than like a dozen people kind of ever stumbled upon them. But it was, I enjoyed it, and I think it turned out to be like good practice. And I think for writing, probably the best thing to do is just to read a lot. Honestly, I think the more you read, the more you pick up like the way things are written. You kind of subconsciously absorb like, okay, this is how like a newspaper article is written. Even you don't have to like sit down and have someone tell you like, oh, you need to start with like who, what, when, where, why at the start. You read enough, you just pick up that like, the crucial information is all here, and then come the quotes, and you just kind of pick it up. And even with like longer form or like feature writing, you gain a subconscious sense of this is the kind of information that whatever like a food feature talks about. They talk about maybe like who the cook is, what the kind of ingredients that they use, their style of cuisine. And the more you read, like say, the more you absorb it, whether consciously or not. And I think you notice kind of styles of writing that you like.
Yeah.
And I think you eventually kind of emulate again, maybe whether consciously or not. So for writing, I think probably number one is just read as much as you can.
Read and remove the blueberries from the cheesecake.
Nailed it. Exactly.
And how about you? So how to become like so cool like you? You're so cool.
Okay, I would definitely not say that. I'm not going to tell you how I became cool, Gagan. That's a secret recipe that I will never share with the world.
I was hoping to get some tips too.
Yeah.
I think I'm the one most in need of it here.
Definitely not cool. But honestly, if I were to say anything that is like not inspirational, what did you just say? Motivational?
Yeah.
I would just say that like everything is a stepping stone. So for you, like you had a shitty teacher tell you were shit, and then you sort of gained confidence in other ways. So maybe that motivated you to want to do better or something. I don't know. But like for me, like I remember I loved doing PR and marketing. That's like what I really enjoyed doing. And I loved doing F&B. That was my favorite thing to do. But then eventually I started not enjoying my jobs because I was promoting stuff I didn't believe in. So as a vegetarian, I had to promote steakhouses. It was tough. I had to pretend how much I liked it. I had to write about it and tell you how juicy and succulent my number 3 at McDonald's is, okay? I hated it. And then sometimes I just had to eat some steak and I just didn't enjoy it. So then that's when I left my job, and then suddenly I randomly stumbled across like a job posting that it was about sustainability, and I was like, damn, like if I hadn't waited, I think I wouldn't have stumbled upon the opportunity, you know? So I think everything's a stepping stone. You get to where you are because of timing.
But you got to be ready.
And you got to be ready, but also I was lost for 6 months. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I was just doing all this stuff that I really like couldn't be fucked with. I had no motivation. I wasn't doing a very good job, I think. So after some time, I just was like, something came up, and I think it was just timing. It was just kind of like fate, almost.
But now you're happy.
So happy.
Thank you guys, man. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
We should definitely drink very soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to my Teespresso martini.
Teespresso martini. We have new cocktails now. So
I don't care. I don't want them. You know I don't drink
guys,
anything
see
else.
you guys. See
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
That's for the camera.
Oh,
I'm not seeing
hello.
now. That's for camera. See you.